The town formed in 1961. Shortly after then, they adopted a zoning ordinance in 1962, which at the time is pretty progressive for any community in northeastern North Carolina. There are some communities today that still don't have zoning. So planning is not new to Nags Head. We've been doing it for a long time. In 1964, we developed our first land use plan, and our subdivision ordinance followed behind that in '78. So planning and land use has been on the books a long time. Focus Nags Head is a two-part effort to take a look at our long-range planning, number one, and number two, to take a look at all of our town ordinances. So in the first part, we're going to be taking a look at our 26 adopted plans that we already have and consolidating those into one comprehensive land use plan. The goal of that is to make this an actionable plan that doesn't become a shelf holder. The second part of our effort is a zoning update, and we're going to take all the different subsections of our zoning ordinance and put that into one document that we're calling a Unified Development Ordinance, or a UDO. In preparing to do this update, one of the things that I found most interesting was many of the core values and issues that were in the older plans still exist today. Those same issues, that we deal with those differently. Our perspective on those may have shifted or changed, but at the core of who Nags Head was and still is, being a family beach is still important. Striving to be an environmentally sustainable community is still important, and those things were important even in our first plan.
Today we met and we had several residents of the community just coming together, casual, informal talks. And we discussed the areas that we have in town so far and what we like about those areas, the concerns we have about those areas, and what we would like those areas to become. So a lot of issues were raised, and it's things that community citizens get to make their opinions known about.
With Focus Nags Head, there are two committees made up of citizens that are involved in this. There's an advisory committee that is really overseeing the comprehensive plan process. The advisory committee lays the vision for the particular area of the town. And then the technical committee is going to come back and take a look at that vision and determine maybe are there obstacles with any type of the ordinances that would be in place that would prohibit that vision from becoming a reality.
I think we need to look at our land use plans over time, and the town is constantly changing, and its residents are changing, and the people who live here are changing, and so we just need to review and look at that, and it's just good, smart planning, and some of the policies that are there are wonderful and they're great, and some of them need to be reviewed, and so that's why we're here.
As a planner involved in the Focus Nags Head project, we really believe that it's important for the community to continue to be involved in this process. The community can continue to check online at focusnagshead.com. We have a project website, and we encourage the community to come to the community meetings and listen to what is happening in these advisory and technical committees and provide your feedback to those. Community feedback is an important part of moving the process forward, because eventually everything's going to wind up with the Board of Commissioners, but we want the community's input before we go to the Board of Commissioners.